What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled, Is It Easier to Be Mean? Actually, I got it from something I was listening to, but life made this come to fruition also. Sometimes it's hard for us to be nice to people because our default is being mean. And it's easy to talk to people in a combative manner, in an aggressive manner. It's easy to treat people in a disrespectful manner. It's easier to trigger somebody than it is to compliment a person, to give somebody good words, even give them. It's hard to give somebody constructive criticism in a positive way, right? And the question is, why? Like, why is it easy? Why is it that easy? Like, is it one of those situations? Because it's like pulling teeth to be nice. It's like pulling teeth to quote unquote take the higher ground, right? And unfortunately, I think that's on both parties communicate. And what I mean by that is, you might be accustomed to only talking to people crazy, so it's easy for you to be mean because that's what you are. And to a degree, a person can't really listen to a person unless they're being mean. So unless they getting on you or getting at you, you're really not listening. And so to me, it makes anger the default setting, right? So we're not being honest with each other, which I think is problematic. Because at some point, you're going to get tired of the aggression, especially when it's unnecessary, right? And you're going to wonder, like, when we just going to be cool. And it's not just like, this is in general, like in our community in general, where we're not happy to see each other happy. And we got like a killmonger mentality when it comes to treating each other with respect. We got to just burn it all down, and expect something good to come from the ashes. And I just don't think that's going to work. Part of the other problem is we're not taking into consideration that we all have feelings and we all don't want to be treated disrespectfully. So, and we all have a breaking point, and we all aren't somebody's punching bag or doormat. But it seems like it's easier to take that route. And I think one of the issues that keep pressing is there comes a point where it's not them, it's you. It's not them, it's me, right? I have to watch how I speak to people or how I don't speak to people. I got to watch my tone. I got to watch my mannerisms. The faces y'all say I make, which I do make, right? Because, I'm a firm believer you can say something without saying it. And sometimes you can say the wrong thing without saying it. And that can be a problem. And, things go left, things go right. It's part of life. Now, the elephant in the room is, if it's easier to be mean, and it's difficult to be nice, we got a problem. Because that's what we were taught. You know, when somebody's nice, you look at them with skepticism. That's a problem. When somebody's nice, you look at them as a target to get over. That's a problem. When somebody's nice, you look at them as them trying to do something to you or get over on you. That's a problem. Because what you're saying is the path of least resistance is being an enemy. And what I mean by that is we're more comfortable being enemies than we are being friends. So, and we want respect and love and adoration basically out of being mean to each other. And that's diametrically opposed. You're not going to get love from anger, from hate rather. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to get hate. You know, hate begets hate, right? And that's why I say, is it easier? Because we look at being loving as too much work. You putting yourself out there. You're making yourself too vulnerable. You're a sucker for doing this. You know, I told you this wasn't going to work. You know what I'm saying? If I was you, you know what they're going to do. So, since the bulk of these situations are really about self-preservation for an invading and infiltrating enemy that you're looking to love, basically, we got a problem. Big problem. Because that means you need to cut off a part of your humanity. And you're cutting off the wrong part. You know, there is no compassion when it's easiest to be mean. There's no empathy. There is no humanity in general, but you know, there's no altruism. There is no being a good Samaritan. There's always an angle, a hustle, a payoff, a scheme coming from that perspective. Because, as I said earlier, when you look at people being good to you as a scheme, it's because that a scheme is your default setting. Like if it was you would, you know, work your way in like this and celebrate. And this is the other part about it that needs to be said in this video. It's easier to be mean because we celebrate being mean to each other. You know, we pass around the word of mouth about how mean we are to each other. You know, how I don't like that neither. You know, what did you say? What did you do? We don't pass around good news like we pass around bad news. It just doesn't happen. You know, and when people passing around good news, we ignore it. It doesn't really resonate. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that we're cheering for. Like, you know, we're not liking and sharing, double tapping good news. You know, we're not commenting on good news, but we're liking, sharing, and subscribing to bad news, bad information, gossip, backbiting. You know what I'm saying? We have long drawn out comments for negativity because it's easier. And I think that's just first and foremost, it's just very, very dysfunctional. And that very act itself is the reason why there's so many problems. Because you're never going to get to the root. And the root is maybe it's easier for you to be negative than positive. So it's gonna multiply. So that's my thoughts on this one. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.